If you lot didn't know, grant communities don't just fund spreadsheets, they back big ideas. I'm actually going to show you how I use a 3-tool AI stack to whip up a professional product mock-up, financial projections, and a full proposal in the time it actually takes to have lunch. So, ladies and gents, as I said, welcome back to the channel. I'd like to introduce you to something called Venngage. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you click the link down below and get yourself started. On top of that, I've also got a special code you can use, and I'll chat about that in just a tick, alright? So we've got Venngage, create infographics smarter with AI. Over here, you can actually go ahead and sign up or log in. As I mentioned earlier, I'm already logged in at the moment, and you'll actually see down here, there's heaps of different things you can check out. For example, I've already got a whole stack of designs, alright? So what I'm gonna do now is help you understand that when it comes to the AI design tools available, these are really important, super important. But not just that, as I mentioned, you can actually use this exact funding fast track system today. And if you use our code, which is Future AI 50, you'll get $50 off your annual premium. Or say, your business plan. Alright, not only that, but I also want you guys to understand this. This is the ultimate capital capture system that lets you visualize the future before you actually build it. You heard that right? And if you didn't know, one of the biggest challenges these days is actually securing grant funding in a stressful, high-stakes, technical bottleneck. Most applicants actually fail because they submit dry, text-heavy documents with generic stock photos or just uninspired stuff. Spreadsheets, all right. So once again, when it comes to Venngage, I need you to understand it actually takes a founder from idea to funded reality in minutes, not weeks. You lot are creating an application that's both compliant and visually persuasive, alright? So if we go ahead and get started again, this is the main dashboard. You can see our previous design, which is pretty cool. But let's kick things off with something new. We're going to do a free AI image generator. You heard that right, and you'll see a little prompt right here. You'll be able to put in whatever you want. In this case, we're going for a high-fidelity, sleek metallic architecture, aka resolution, right? So we're going to click that, and you'll see just how quick this thing works, all right? But not only that, once it sort of works its magic. I want you all to know you can actually tweak the whole image, and you can change things up, so you'll see. Right now, the AI is kind of figuring it out, yeah? So we've already got some really cool images, and you can see that, right? These actually look pretty awesome. Not gonna lie, I have to admit, I really like these, eh? Yeah, I like these heaps. Alright, so you can actually move these around, you can see that, yeah? So we've got all of these here, which is pretty cool. Let's just adjust these a bit so you can see them. Let's go ahead and move this one real quick and make it a bit smaller, so you can see that. And you can actually tweak these. So, for example, you can ask AI to make changes. Alright, so very important. You need to understand exactly how this works. But not just that, you can use different things as well. So for example, we're going to change the lighting temperature that's, say, warm. And you'll see the AI is going to work its magic again, which is actually pretty cool. And after this, I've got something else to show you that I reckon you'll absolutely love. So as you can see, this is obviously for images. And I have to admit, once again, these look great. They look inspired. Honestly, I reckon they look absolutely beautiful. So you can see right there, we've got the original, righter, and now we've got this one. So it actually looks pretty cool. So you can actually tweak each image however you like. Now, moving on, you'll see right here, we've got a free AI bar graph generator. So we're actually going to go ahead and generate something. Righto. So I want you to understand, and this right here is pretty cool and dead easy to use as well. So we can actually generate it with AI. So let's just go ahead and type something in here. We're going to create a professional bar graph for comparisons. Projected yield versus energy consumption over 5 years, yeah? We'll actually be able to highlight the moment we hit net zero in a contrasting color with a style that's analytical, clean, and persuasive. So we're just going to head over here to generate the bar graph. You can actually see some examples down below as well. So we'll go ahead and click that. And once again, you'll be able to watch the AI in action, yes? It's going to clean up the data and create a graph that actually makes the financial logic crystal clear and undeniable. It's really important you understand that. So there you go. You can see that right here. All right. So in my opinion, it looks great overall. We've got projected yield versus energy. We've got consumption. Right. So reaching net zero. So you can see right here exactly what works. The data shows 2015 total carbon dioxide emissions from fuel combustion. Right. Million metric tons. You can actually move a lot of things around if you want to. You can see that, yeah? You can make changes. You can do whatever you like here, all right? So actually, we literally did nothing, right? We just chucked some info into a prompt and it was able to automatically create all this for us. Now, something else I want to talk about, a free AI grant proposal generator. So in this case, we're going to create a full grant proposal application for a sustainable urban project referencing the visual data. So obviously the tone here is going to be authoritative, objective, and compliant. All right, we're going to go ahead and generate that as well. I want you all to understand the AI here you like, it's going to be able to do the job. It's very important. You can actually see over here, we've actually got a lot of pages, which is actually pretty cool. Not only that, but I want you all to understand this is going to be extremely important for you lot to follow. All right, very important, all right? So you'll see right there, we've got number 1, right? Then we've got, as mentioned, we've got 2, 3, 4, and 5. So obviously it's going to take a little bit of time here for it to work, but you can see it's pretty much doing exactly what we're after, which is great. As mentioned, okay, so there we have it. Just having a bit of a look. So page 1, we can go to that Sustainable Urban Agriculture Project. And right here, we've got the executive summary. So that looks pretty cool. We've got community impact and the need for agriculture deserts. And then here we've got the technical plan, vertical farming technology. We've even got the 5-year budget justification. Okay, so I want you all to understand, the AI, technically, this thing can build, a massive amount of pages. So let's say provide information for 20 pages. That's what we're aiming for here, 20 pages all up. Okay, that's what we're going to do. All right, so let's see if it can actually add more pages for us and whether it's going to work. Hey, so you can see right here, we've got page numbers. So outline 15 additional sections like risk management. So add 15 new pages with relevant headings and text. Does this plan look right? Yeah, so we're actually just going to go ahead and give that the tick, all right? So not only that, but I want you all to get this. We're going to be able to drag the high-fidelity visual mock-up onto the cover page. Not just that, but also the bar graph. We could check that into the budget justification section. So technically, all we need to do, folks, is apply an official BrainKit palette. So if we actually head over here to BrainKit, let's just give it a few seconds to work its magic and get those 20 pages sorted. But after that, you lot will see over here that we've got BrainKit, right? So BrainKit, folks, like I mentioned, we'll be able to change heaps of different things here. Same goes for the AI writing and the accessibility check. So let's say it's just you or even your whole team, you'll actually be able to have them, or if you want, you can review everything yourself and see exactly what's going on. All right, ladies and gents, after waiting a few minutes, since we had to add about 20 pages, just so you know, we're officially done, yeah? But if you want, there are heaps of different things you can chuck in here. So, for example, let's talk about images. You already know we've got those other ones, right? For instance, we did have the bar chart, yeah? I've already downloaded this, dead easy and straightforward. Same goes for, let's check out the pictures, yeah? I've already downloaded this one too. So technically, what we can do is actually add these in here. So I downloaded it, right? You can see it over here, and we can actually add these in here. So for example, these images, we can actually pop this in over here. On the very first page, let's just drag it in like that, yeah? And then you'll say, boom. Easy as, simple as, let's just, I don't know, do something like that. Or, we can do whatever we like. But we can actually get rid of all these different shapes here. Let's do that first. And you can see how easy and straightforward this is. Pretty cool, eh? You can edit it, like I mentioned, yeah? Just head over there. There we go. Then we're going to go over here, yeah? Heaps of different things you can do here. Let's actually do that again. So there we go. Yeah, you can see that right there. The images, yeah? Pretty cool. Pretty awesome. You can edit the image. You can, there's heaps of different things you can actually change here. You can even do stuff like remove the background. So let's see if it'll actually get rid of the white. So I took out a little bit. But yeah, let's go back to the original. So yeah, you can see that's pretty cool, hey? Pretty awesome. And then after that, if you want, let's see, let's grab our other pages. Down the very bottom, we've got our budget. So for our budget, we can actually go ahead and add this little bar graph we've already made. Right, so you can see that right here. You can just tweak things a bit to make it look a bit more professional. Pretty cool, pretty awesome. I reckon this is super helpful over here on the far left. You'll see there's other things as well. You can add a brand kit. You can edit a brand kit too. There's heaps of different things you can actually do here. So once again, yeah, like brand images, right? So we can upload all sorts of different things, yeah? You can pretty much pick exactly what you want. Not only that, you can see over here, upload fonts, brand icons, just heaps of different stuff. Let's go to edit, and you'll see over here again, brand kit. So if you want, you can actually use the AI tools. I mean, this is super helpful as well. So I'd really recommend you have a good look at this and give it a go. It'll be able to help guide you. So, for example, with the AI designer, we can chuck in here that we want to change up the brand kit, yeah? We want deep grains and, let's say, charcoals, right? We'll add that in here as well, which is actually going to be pretty cool. So this is going to be great, especially for, like I said, an official brand kit palette. You can do this with just one click. Not only that, guys, but I want to mention you can get generic paragraphing as well. You can use the AI assistance, so in this case, once you all get it, we can actually make this thing more compliance-driven. So we'll do that here in just a sec. Once this does its thing, it's magic. But I want you all to check out these AI tools over here on the far left. They're extremely helpful. Honestly, guys, they're really, really helpful. In my opinion, so honestly, after just waiting a couple of minutes, you can see it's already worked its magic, yeah? So once again, it's updated with the deep grain and charcoal color palette across 20 pages. All right, if we head over here to the left, once again, there's heaps of important stuff, like the AI writing. I want you all to get this. I mean, this bit right here is super important. You can pick a bit of text, yeah? There's a bunch of different things you can actually do here. But we're actually just going to change this up a bit. Make it a bit more compliant, like I mentioned. You'll see right here, make this sound more compliant. There was meant to be a T there, and research driven. All right, now I want you all to understand I'll probably have to wait a little bit again. But once it's officially done this, you'll actually be able to check out the work and everything that's been done, especially when it comes to whatever you're working on and whatever sort of design, I suppose you could say, right? So we're actually going to head up to the file here in just a sec, and I'll show you how this works. Alrighty guys, so once again, after waiting about a minute or so, we can actually click back and you can see, I mean, it's already changed. Like, just by looking at the front page, check that out. It's already changed the compliance framework. So you can actually go through this, and again, you can see everything it's done. Alright, so if you want to go up here to File, go to Accessibility, then go to Check Accessibility, and you can check my design. So like I said, if it's you or if you've got a team, you can go through all of this and you can see, right, what's passed, what's failed, what needs reviewing, yeah? Use a color off, you can see everything here. So technically, it gives you a whole bunch of important things to keep an eye on. So anyway, there you have it. Big opportunity here, especially when it comes to this sort of thing. I want you to understand this is brilliant, okay? Technically, I'm running this overall check, you lot, to make sure the application meets the WCAG compliance standard. So it's a non-negotiable step that shows real professional attention to detail. So that right there is really important. So make sure you get stuck into this. Like I mentioned, you just saw how to technically whip up a complete high-fidelity grant proposal bundle, including mock-ups, data visualization, and structured text, all in a matter of minutes. All right. So make sure you tag Venngage bids on social media. They usually, if you're looking to lock in your grant funding, they'll be able to help you out. Alrighty, ladies and gents. So there you have it. Don't let boring, text-heavy documents cost you your funding. Check out the description below for links to all three of these tools. And make sure you use the code FUTUAI50 to get 50% off your annual plan. And not just that, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop a comment. We'll catch you in the next one.